Sending love, health, happiness, and prosperity to you watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Aisha. I'm a family nurse practitioner, and in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to become an LVN. So in this video, you'll hear me say LVN or LPN. LVN stands for Licensed Vocational Nurse. LPN stands for Licensed Practical Nurse. These two acronyms are used interchangeably. They mean the same thing. It just depends on where you live. You may hear one or the other. Okay? So I'm making this video. It could be for the CNA who wants to further their education and become a nurse. This could be for the cashier and who wants a career change. I was never an LPN or LVN. I went straight to become an RN and then a nurse practitioner. But it is important that as a nurse, you know how to find the information that you need. So I'm not speaking from personal experience. I'm making this video to help someone who may be looking for a change, and you may be wondering, where do you start? So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. The first thing you need to do is graduate from high school or get your GED. Once you graduate high school or complete your GED program, this is where you're going to have to put in the work to become an LVN. You're going to have to do your research because each program is going to be a little bit different in what they require. I'm going to talk about some general requirements for admission, but again, you're going to have to do your due diligence and your research to see what your program requires. These programs can be completed in 18 months or less. A lot of times you can do these programs in 1 year. They can be taken at your local community college or a technical college. And I have my notes here, so I will be looking down. You may have to take an entrance exam, and this is just an exam to make sure that you are going to meet the basic level of pretty much knowledge that you can read and that you know some basic math. So these tests is going to be either your HESI or the TEAS, and you can get a review book for whichever one you may have to take. You can purchase a review book online. I know when I did my RN program, I had to take the TEAS, and so you can just purchase a review book and that'll help you prepare for that exam. So an entrance exam, then of course applying to the program, and in addition to the entrance exam, you're going to have to take and pass a drug test and a background check. You're going to have to provide your vaccination records. Sometimes they may require you to get a physical exam, so keep that in mind. It is a requirement that you're going to have health insurance, so keep that in mind. You have to have health insurance while you're going through the program, and this is going to be across the board with any type of program. Sometimes they may require you to have an applicant meeting, and not necessarily an interview, but just a meeting so that you can ask any questions that you may have, so that they can explain to you the program, how things are going to go, and things like that. So I'm going to talk about two different programs, and here I'm going to list the actual degree plan for one of the programs. I researched a couple in my local area, and so one of them was 12 months. It was 3 semesters long, and it was 44 credit hours with all of the courses built into the curriculum. The other one was 12 months as well. It was 4 semesters with 43 credit hours, but this one had 3 prerequisites. So a prerequisite is a course that you're going to have to take before you can proceed in your educational program. So this is going to be where your research is going to be important, because you need to know if you have to take prerequisites, what are they? If you do have to take prerequisites, you want to make sure you're getting the highest grade possible, because these programs are competitive. So the higher the grade, the better and the more competitive you will be as an applicant. When you're doing your nursing curriculum, this is going to be challenging. again, I did not attend an LPN program. I did an RN program, but still, LVNs are real nurses. They do go to nursing school. You're going to have to take pharmacology. You're going to have to know your medical terminology. You're going to have to know math because you're going to have to do your nursing math. So, in nursing, it's just, there's a lot that you're going to have to know. So, once you get into the program, that's going to be one of the hard parts. The other hard part is going to be completing the program successfully and getting out, graduating from the program. Once you get into school, I always say the next hardest thing is getting out of school. So, when you're in the program, you're going to have to study, you're going to have to pass your tests, you're going to have to put in some major work. Now, in addition, you are going to have to complete clinical hours. So clinical hours, this is going to be where you actually see what LPNs do. And if you have a good preceptor at clinical, they may even let you get some hands-on experience. I know when I was a bedside nurse and I had a student, I'm giving the student work. I'm letting them pull meds from the Pyxis, and of course I'm watching them, but I'm letting them pull meds from the Pyxis. I'm letting them reconstitute meds. I'm letting them scan the medication. So the clinical is where you actually learn how to be the LVN that you're going to school to be. So this is going to be the hands-on experience. So a clinical hours are a requirement. And so you're going to actually see what LVNs do and get to learn what they do. So I really enjoyed clinical as a student. And so yeah, just know that that is a requirement. So once you complete your program, you are going to have to sit and pass your NCLEX. The NCLEX is what's going to give you the license to practice as an LVN. The NCLEX test may be challenging, but again, as you're in school, they are preparing you to pass the NCLEX. So I'm going to list in the description, because I live in Texas, so I'm going to list in the description a list of the NCLEX pass rates for all of the LPN schools in Texas. See if your state has this, because you want to go to a school with a high NCLEX pass rate. That is going to be a fantastic indicator of how well this school is preparing their students. If there's a high NCLEX pass rate, that school is doing a fantastic job in preparing their students to pass the licensure exam so that they can get in the real world and start working and making some money. So, LPN schools, they are not required to be accredited per se, not like RN programs. So, but if your program has a high NCLEX pass rate, I will bet that that's a good program. So that's pretty much it. So quick recap. 1, you want to graduate high school or get your GED. 2, you want to do the LPN program. This is going to require a lot of work on your behalf. You're going to have to see what school you want to attend, what their requirements are, get all of your things in to apply, and then go through the program successfully, graduate, and then pass your NCLEX. I've done a video on why I think it's worth it to become an LPN. So if you have not seen that video, be sure you go check it out. I do want to just kind of talk about LVNs. On average, they're going to make, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they're going to make $48,070. LVNs can make up to $80,000, probably even more. It's just going to depend on where you live and what area you're working and how much time and hours you're putting into your job. LVNs can work places like physician offices, for the government, hospitals depending on where you live, urgent care, correctional facilities, schools. You could be a CNA instructor. You can teach other LPNs, care coordinators, patient navigator, home health, nursing home, residential care facilities, dialysis, plasma centers, occupational health. Check out the video that I did about why it's worth it to become an LPN. But even if you enter into the LVN career and you decide that's not what you want to do, this is also great, because these programs, you can usually take these programs for less than $10,000. And so you may get into the field and say, hey, I don't want to do that. What are they doing? I want to do what they're doing. So it's a great way to get into healthcare fast. It's the fastest way to become a nurse, and you can get in the field, get some hands-on experience, and you may love it and say, this is what I want to do. I'm so glad I did it. Or you may want to do something else, maybe, respiratory therapy, occupational therapy, advanced to become a registered nurse. There's so much you can do. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, be sure you share with someone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care and be blessed.